Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Total War Attila Roman Empire campaign. Oh man, I've got those like air bubbles in my throat. Apparently we failed this mission. All the reward was that if we researched this particular military technology, we'd get plus 20 research rate for 2 turns. I really couldn't care less. So I'm not really all that bent out of shape about it. It looks like another term in office has ended. And we have a matter of state to deal with. It's actually been quite a while since we had one of those. His office was secured. That's good. Right, so last episode, we had tried to get the Franks to take Tilliferdum. We did everything we could. And they just refused. Even when they finally won the battle, they decided to liberate the Saxons rather than take it for themselves. I don't understand why, but that's what they did. So since we had a legion standing right there, I went ahead, declared war on the Saxons, and immediately subjugated them. So now the Saxons are my puppet state. I'm going to try to get the Saxons to do what the Franks wouldn't, and conquer a lot of the territory held by our enemies in this area. Now, the Franks, for whatever reason, seem to be hell-bent on taking Rhugion. I don't know why they are so intent on doing that. They wouldn't take the, walled city right next to their own capital, but they'll take this. So yeah, I'll see what I can get the Saxons to do. I want them to conquer Denmark just to secure that for me so I don't have to worry about it myself. I was hoping that the Geats would take this from the Picts. They appear to just want to babysit it. I don't know why. And then the Huns have been very active. It looks like they're trying to converge many of their armies. As far as I can tell anyways, I don't know what happened to the other ones. So I kind of need to make sure that they're not hiding out over here. Let's move our spy in this direction. And that's unfortunately as far as we can move. I don't think there's any Hunnic armies here. I think they went the other direction. But there's really no way for us to know. Let's see. Yeah, there they are. So I will probably keep you... you know what? No, we'll get you back to Marcianopolis just in case. Plus, you're kind of the only thing keeping the public order under control there. Anyways, it looks like the Huns are trying to converge in this area, so we're gonna need to take some of our legions. I'm really reluctant to move you during the winter, though. I'll leave this legion here and move them on the following turn because I don't want to take the attrition. We'll let the Huns soak all the attrition. They never besiege anything. Well, they never assault anything. Anyway, they'll just besiege it indefinitely because that's what they do. And then we send legions over and, run them off and rinse and repeat. Let's go here. And I would really like to unlock that. So let's throw a point in here. And on the next level up, we can get him some extra campaign movement. Not that that's super critical in his current state, but still something worth looking into. Because it could be the difference between him being able to reinforce another settlement along that front or not. How are things doing around here? Pretty well, I'd say. I still need to get you a bit more cavalry. Perfect. There we go. That's what we've been waiting for. I want more of our Germanic mounted warband, but you can't recruit those in Britannia, unfortunately. We got to be in continental Europe to get those guys. So, nothing doing there. How are you guys doing? Okay, so construction's still underway. Food's looking okay there. So we won't worry about it quite yet, but once some of these buildings start finishing and the public order starts headed in the right direction, we'll get these upgraded, and then we'll start doing this. But that's not an immediate concern. Okay, what else do we have going on? Let's see, anything worth upgrading here? I don't know. I don't even know what I would build there at this point. I'm not even going to worry about it. We have a lot of money to spend, though, and I should probably find somewhere to spend it. That wouldn't be such a bad idea. It's going to be expensive. But it's more public order, more food, and double the wine production, meaning we'll be making a lot more money through trade. So, yeah, let's make that happen. Whoops. And, public order there is fine, so I really don't need to concern myself too much. Why is that a military jetty, by the way? We could be making so much more money if we had a trade jetty there. Let's do that. How is Italy coming? I would say pretty well. I may as well build something here. Let's see. That gives us squalor, so we should have some sort of sanitation building here probably, because that one's not going to be able to offset everything else we end up building here. So let's start with a waterworks there. And then this might be a food market. Something like that. And let's see. The food there is pretty decent, so I could start upgrading you guys if I was inclined to do so. What is this? A fishing jetty. Let's leave that as a fishing jetty for now, but we may decide to convert it later if food holds. Let's get you upgraded as well, and we'll do that too. What do we have here? Infantry barracks. Yeah, I don't see any point in upgrading just for Federati spears. I really have no desire to even use them. Huh. You guys need more food. Let's get that upgraded toward a food market. And that leaves me with a little bit to spend on anything else we need. You guys need to be fortified so that you don't take attrition. And am I missing anything? Let's jump around a bit. Africa, how are we doing? You guys are just hanging out. We're waiting for Africa to fall. It is it's getting there. It's getting there. Same with Turkey. The Eastern Roman Empire is definitely on its last legs, although it looks like they're making a counteroffensive here. The Macedonians appear to be trying to help. I don't really appreciate that, but I'm sure the Eastern Romans do. Again, my plan is to basically let all of their territory fall to enemy hands. I will eventually need to start sending legions over here because these guys are not too far away, and we are, you know, at war with them. They've just been preoccupied with the Eastern Romans, but they will come attack us too. But I'm going to let them lose everything except for Thessalonica, and then try to turn them into a puppet state so that I can levy Eastern Roman units to supplement my own Western Roman units. And we'll take Constantinople and basically everything else that they once held for ourselves. So let's see. You've already used up all your movement. What about these other spies? Did you do anything yet? No. Let's have you try to hinder one of them. We'll spend some of our remaining money on that. Good, we were successful there. That'll slow them down a bit. And why don't you try it on that Hunnic army? Failure. Bummer. Alright, so we had an event that we needed to deal with here. What is it going to be? Sextus Arius Gabinius. An old lanista, that's like a gladiator owner, has been found wandering the streets of the capital. He has expressed a desire to serve the empire. To the arena with him. Ignore him, recruit him. I don't need any more generals if that's what they're implying, so train veterans or something. You're at 8 influence. We need her to get to 30 so that we can have her marry one of our governors. Let's see. Oh, one of our sons is nearly of age as well. Sweet. That is our bastard son, not our heir. This is going to be our heir. And he's not far off either. We are going to change his name, though. I think I mentioned this before, but we're going to give him something more suitable. So it'll probably be Spurius Honorius Augustus, or maybe Spurius Papidius Augustus. We'll see. But it's definitely not going to stay as is. And you got your appointment. We need him to get more influence so that we can get him back into office. Because I want him there. But he doesn't have the influence to get there. He needs 37. You're already there. You have, like, no influence. You can get there. You're a governor, though, so you don't benefit as much. But we'll put you there anyways just to use up some of that substantial influence that you've acquired. Because I don't want you using it against me. And then let's take a quick peek at our puppet states and whatnot. How are the Adanians doing? Still improving, even though we haven't paid them a dime. Franks are still... Oh no, that's improving as well. Did they convert back, or what's the deal with that? Still have the religious aversion. I don't know what is going on there, to be honest. Let's see. They like that I'm fighting the Huns. They like that I have treaties with them. I'm not sure what turned that around, because it was actually deteriorating. Because they are they're no longer. I'm still on the fucking. Pardon my language there. I'm still on the Abdanians. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know what happened there, to be honest. Garantians, I don't know when they're going to colonize that, but I would appreciate it if they did it. Things are not going well with Macedonia. We may eventually have to move in and subjugate them. The problem is they are allies with the Eastern Romans, so that'll be difficult to navigate. But we'll see. It may come down to the point where we have to subjugate the Eastern Romans as well. They may not ever willingly accept puppet statehood, so it might be something where they fall to a single settlement and then we have to force them to become a puppet state. And if that's the case, then it'll probably be a war with Macedonia as well. But there might be ways around that. We'll see how are things going with the Picts. They're still improving. I'm going to give them a gift just to make sure they improve. You know what, we won't, because that'll be the rest of my money. We'll save it. When things start slowing down, we'll use it, because we get better effect out of it that way. Or at least more tangible effect. Let's see. Keep leveling up this way, because I want Assassinate. What do we have here? There's no reason to not take this, because it's just sort of a passive benefit. I don't think they're really going after you, so that's not particularly useful. And I believe that's going to be it for this turn, so let's go ahead and advance and see what the next one brings. There's a lot of Hunnic armies on the board, though, and I am concerned that they're going to throw all 4 of them at one particular settlement. So we'll see what happens. Alright, so it is 420 AD, which means that we have completed some of our objectives. One of the main ones is just to survive to this point, which we've definitely done. This also triggers Attila being on the board, which means that we can actually start working toward defeating the Huns, because if we kill him for good, the Huns go with him more or less. It looks like, unfortunately, Vindonius Magnus died of old age, though, so we're going to need to replace him. He was, if I am not mistaken, a governor, so we'll need to find a governor suitable for that position, if that's even possible. So Attila, the king of the Huns. He was indeed a lover of war, yet restrained in action, mighty in council, gracious to supplicants, and lenient with those under his protection. With the death of the previous warlord, Attila seized power. Now he leads the hordes, and their armies swell in number. Great, as if we needed more Huns to fight. Alright, so objective complete. Bonus objectives, 4 out of 6. We didn't get them all, but we did get most of them. We'll look at that in just a second. I believe that's why we have so much money right now. I think they gave us a couple extra thousand for completing those. Another term in office has ended as well. A couple of terms in office have ended. So let's see. Abandon all hope. Is that our objective? Is to abandon hope? We need to survive until autumn of 432. And we get paid 6,000 for that. Political obstruction. Let's use this guy's own influence to secure this position, because I don't need to spend mine, so I won't. And I didn't see what happened there, but it wasn't bad, so I'm not even going to sweat it. Okay, climate change. So our food production was effectively halved by the climate change, if you guys caught that. We were up over 1,500 before, and now we're down under 900. So, yeah, we lost quite a bit there. Oh, all the Hunnic armies just vanished except for this one. That's interesting. I wonder where they went. Let's see. There is an agent in there. I'm more concerned with just harassing this army, though. So let's make that happen. It was an opportune failure, so we gain XP, but we don't actually benefit from that. There's another Hunnic army there. Where did the others go? Let's see. I might keep this spy out here just to ensure that nobody's, crossing there. And what about you? Come this way a little bit. Okay, so there's another one there. Why don't you go try to hinder them? They are still taking attrition. Another opportune failure. It's not really going to help me. You are going to start marching north now that the winter is over. I'm going to send you to, or at least near, Savaria. And we'll make sure that you're behind. Are you behind the settlement? Basically just ensuring that if the Huns attack, they attack the settlement and not the legion behind it. Oh, we can upgrade some stuff. Alright, our technology finished. So let's start with you guys first. So it looks like our Ballistari are ready to become elite Ballistari. It's going to cost us... how much is that individually? We'll divide that by 4. It's a little over 100 each. We'll make that happen. And so now they get chainmail armor, which will make them a whole lot sturdier, but more expensive. So they're up to 334 each per turn. That is rough. Whereas before they were nearly 200 gold cheaper. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. We'll spare no expense for our frontline troops. And then we can upgrade the Armigeri Defensores up to Elite Palatina. That's going to significantly increase their cost as well, though. But is it worth it? I'm going to say yes. Alright, so there we go. We have our Elite Palatina now. And hopefully they are a little bit more effective at chewing through enemies, because that's really our main holdup right now, is we're pretty damn sturdy. We're hard to kill, but we don't kill very quickly. We want to get those enemies off the board as fast as we can, and, you know, right now our troops aren't great for that. So what do we want to research next? I think we're going to finally do this. And that makes all of my generals cavalry based, which is a big deal, at least for me. Yeah. Alternatively, we could do this, and that would allow me to start upgrading our religious buildings, which we've put on hold for quite a while. The reason I haven't yet is because this removes the ability to make the auditoriums or whatever. I forget what the hell they're called, but we can no longer build that tree of buildings if we research this. So I've been putting it off as long as I can, but I think we're done on that front. So I'm going to go ahead and do it, because that's a whole lot of public order bonuses that we've been holding off on. You guys are already upgraded, as are you. You cannot upgrade in your current position, but we'll try to make that happen as soon as we can. You guys are ready. Let's go ahead and take care of it. This is really eating into our upkeep, if you haven't noticed. So, oh, you guys are just random trash units, huh? But just for reference, these guys are not only better at staying alive, but they're actually far more deadly as well. Their missile damage is improved. They get more ammo. I don't know if they fire faster, but they have a lot more health and morale and armor. And they're better in melee combat as well, as if that mattered. But let's upgrade all of this. And let's see. That is definitely in need of some upgrading, so we'll spend some of our money there. We still have a ton left, but we should save a little bit just for that other research project that's going to cost us a little bit. And food is still an issue here. Wow. I don't know what to even do about that. What's costing us so much food? Oh, this is. I was going to say, because generally the main draw on food is the big public order buildings and then the city buildings. And these are only, you know, tier... Well, actually, that one's tier 3 because we wanted the larger garrison. But these are a little bit lower than what we normally have them at. And we have our farms upgraded. We also have a food market, but the issue is, you know, this is an extra draw on food that we haven't really accounted for. And because there's no ports in this province, we can't gain additional food from fishing. So that's a bit annoying. But it can't be helped. Britannia Superior is sort of in the same boat. I think I'm going to have to convert this at this point. So let's go ahead and make that a fishing jetty, and we'll start upgrading it. But that will help, certainly. This is going to be a huge draw on food, this is going to be a huge draw on food, and then this is as well. So we need a food market in here, but we also want to take advantage of our iron. So this is going to be a food sink, this province. Obviously, we still have plenty of food to mitigate that, but it is something we're gonna have to deal with. How is your food? 10. Let's make this happen. And we still have about 15,000 left. I might try to hold on to the remainder of that. So let's look at our armies now. You guys are all fine. We've done all the upgrades. I don't think anybody needed to move. Let's check in on Africa. You guys are fine as well. You're not using any Roman troops, so I don't actually need to upgrade any of them. Is there any artillery around here? No. I could abandon... Let's get rid of a spear unit in favor of a bit more cavalry. And I think that's going to be it for them. How is converting the Macedonians going? 34%. That's not great. What about the Picts? We haven't really checked in on that in a while. It's kind of hard to say. Hopefully you're doing your job. Still predominantly Celtic paganism, so I don't know how well that's going, but hopefully he eventually gets them converted on over. And, right, politics. We need another Supreme Commander, now that one of them is dead. Is there anybody ready for that position? You're still short on influence. That's really unfortunate. I don't think anybody's going to be able to jump in there. You're ready to go to Master of Soldiers, so we'll make that happen. You're not ready for a promotion yet. I mean, you might be, but this is being occupied, so maybe not. I don't think we're going to have a Supreme Commander right now. We'll put you in there, though. You are nearly of age, as are you. 35 influence. If we have anybody with really poor loyalty, we can maybe have her secure it. Right there is probably where we want to go. I'm going to let Theodora do it. Okay. Anybody else at 4? At least, you know, people that matter. I think everybody's doing fairly well. Our power is decent. I'm actually tempted to, with some of your influence, maybe spend it on gathering support. That'll drop him down to 40, but that's still a decent number if anything goes wrong. And if we can get closer to balanced, we'll be, you know, much better off for it. So I'm going to try that. Okay. And if we wanted to, we could throw some money at our vassals or whatever, potentially, but I don't think that's really necessary. At least not for right now. What do we want to do with you? I just can't get the Alamans to do anything right. I don't know why that is, but they just refuse to take land. And they refuse to defend their own land, so really they're just not doing anything. I am going to issue a war target, though. I'm going to try to get the Saxons to attack here. No, not what I wanted. I want you to take the actual settlement. There we go. We'll see what happens there. So, hopefully what will happen here is these Frankish armies are too under strength to do anything, but this Saxon army is, you know, pretty substantial. I'm hoping they'll march up there and attack these guys and take Angelus, and then maybe march them up to here and have them take that as well, and maybe even that. I'll probably send them to Rugion as well. The Franks failed in their attempt. They might try again, but there's no way they're going to win a battle with this army. They may as well disband it. And, I mean, if this was the player would be smart enough to disband this, but the AI is not. So they'll just let that army sink money until it's dead, and then they will have, you know, wasted money they could have been using to build up this army, or this one, or that one. But that's what the AI does. It makes dumb decisions. So, everybody over here is already acted. And I think all of our legions are upgraded. That was incredibly expensive. That almost shaved 10,000 gold per turn off our budget. It was something like 8,000. Because we were at nearly 3 and now we're at 22. Or excuse me, 30 and now we're at 22. So that was very expensive in the long term. Which is unfortunate, but we should notice a difference. Okay, let's go ahead and upgrade this while we're at it. And I think that'll be it. I'm pretty sure we've got everything. The turn is done. We'll call it a day here for the episode as well. Eventually these guys are going to need proper ballistari or elite ballistari, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and end it here, and we'll pick back up with a fresh turn next time. So thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Attila with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.